Poe, Rose, and the Codebreaker continue to make their way through the First Order ship until they at last find the tracker room. Okay, remember, once you disable the tracker, head back to the ship and meet up with the rest of the Resistance for the escape.
What about you and Leia?
We'll find our own ride. Don't worry about us. Can't we get a move on, please? Poe and Rose give the Codebreaker deathly cold looks. I'm just saying, the longer this takes, the more likely we are to get caught. All right, BB-8, you're with me. Let's go find a terminal and locate the General. They all go their separate ways. Rose contacts the Resistance and tells them to be ready. They let her know to hurry due to them almost being out of fuel. Luke, Rey, and Finn are flying through hyperspace and quickly approaching the First Order.
Master Skywalker, are you sure this is going to work?
Yes, I've pulled it off in the past, and unlike you two, I had no knowledge of the Force. Luke gives Rey an optimistic look. Have confidence, Rey. As long as you two stay together and remember your training, you'll make it through. Finn walks up to Rey and puts his hand on her shoulder. We got this, Rey. Rey smiles at Finn and feels a surge of confidence. They come out of lightspeed to see the First Order bombarding what's left of the Resistance. They fly the Millennium Falcon towards the First Order ship. Snoke suddenly senses Luke and smiles sinisterly. The Millennium Falcon docks inside the First Order ship. Luke comes out and surrenders immediately. Stormtroopers handcuff him, and he is taken to see Snoke. Leia senses Luke, and Kylo also senses him, and rushes to Snoke's throne room. Two stormtroopers guard the entryway of the Millennium Falcon when they hear a noise and go inside to investigate. All of a sudden, they are attacked by Rey and Finn, who take their uniforms and proceed to look for Leia. Rose and the Codebreaker successfully disable the tracker and make their way back to the ship they came in. Poe and BB-8 start making their way to Leia after accessing a terminal. Luke enters Snoke's throne room, and they both look at each other intensely. Ah, yes. The legendary Luke Skywalker. I knew she would reach out to you. Good to see you again, Arapai. That is no longer my name. My apologies, Supreme Leader Snoke. As Snoke signals for the stormtroopers to leave, Luke gazes upon Snoke. Seems the dark side has taken its toll on you. A small price to pay for power. A price that you will continue to pay until the dark side consumes you entirely. Do not proceed to lecture me, Jedi. The dark side chose me. Your obsession with the Sith does not make you a Sith. In fact, had you not found Darth Sidious's lightsaber, you would not be where you are now. Snoke glares at Luke and suddenly pulls out his lightsaber and ignites it. You mean this lightsaber? Snoke holds the lightsaber to Luke's throat. Luke simply stares at Snoke. Suddenly, Kylo Ren runs in and sees Luke. He immediately ignites his lightsaber in a rage and attacks Luke, but is stopped by Snoke. Kylo fights against Snoke's hold, but eventually gets pushed back. Kylo gives Snoke an enraged look. Why won't you let me kill him? Because I have my own plans for him. What? Just kill him now! Silence, you impudent brat. Look at you, torn to shreds at the very sight of your former master. All that power, all that training, for absolutely nothing. The dark side is wasted on you. Kylo Ren looks devastated and angry. Go and retrieve the Resistance General. She will be allowed to watch her only hope die. Kylo Ren reluctantly bows and proceeds to walk out the room. Before he does, he glances at Luke, who also glances at him. Kylo is suddenly overcome with embarrassment and bitterness. Rose and the Codebreaker make it to the ship and escape unnoticed.
Poe, we're heading back now. Did you find the general?
We're outside of the holding cell. We'll find her soon.
Copy that.
Poe and BB-8 head into the holding cell room and find two stormtroopers looking through the security files. Poe points a gun at both the troopers. Excuse me, troopers. Can you tell me which cell the Resistance General is in? Poe? With a confused look, Poe stares at the troopers. The stormtroopers take off their helmets and reveal themselves to be Finn and Rey. Finn! Rey! What in the world? What are you guys doing here?
We're helping Master Skywalker rescue Leia.
Luke Skywalker is here? We can talk about it later. We have to hurry and get Leia out of here. Which cell is he in? Looks like cell 2187. All right, I'm going to go get her. You guys keep watch. Poe finds Leia's cell, and she is shocked to see him.
Poe, what are you doing here?
What's it look like? I'm rescuing you.
You're supposed to be disabling the tracker.
And we did. And then I decided to come and get you. I'm not the only one either.
What do you mean?
Poe leads Leia outside of her cell to find Rey and Finn. She is overjoyed to see them.
Finn, Rey, it's so good to see you. I had a feeling I could reach Luke with you two around him. Where is he?
He was taken to Snoke.
Well, then we need to go help. Actually, General, Luke told us to get you and leave immediately. Absolutely not. We have to help him.
Kylo is walking to the holding cells when he suddenly stops. Rey suddenly freezes. Kylo smirks, sensing Rey is nearby. Rey suddenly panics.
We have to leave now. We can't leave Luke here. Kylo Ren knows we're here. We have to go now.
Kylo Ren alerts General Hux that there are intruders on the ship. Hux puts the ship on lockdown. Snoke is caught off guard by the alarms. What is this? Looks like that's my cue. Luke uses the Force to take off the restraints and unleashes a strong Force push that sends Snoke and his guards flying back. Luke attempts to flee, but Snoke uses the Force to seal the door quickly. Snoke points his lightsaber at Luke, and Luke pulls out his sister's lightsaber in preparation for a duel. Poe, Finn, Rey, and Leia, as well as BB-8, are running through the ship trying to find their way to a hangar in order to escape. As they fight their way through stormtroopers, they are suddenly stopped by Phasma.
Hello, Poe.
Phasma. Rey and Finn step in front of Poe, but they are suddenly surrounded by Wraith Squad.
Now drop your weapon and put your hands up.
They all proceeded to do as instructed. Poe quickly gives BB-8 a wink. BB-8 suddenly shoots out a small canister. Poe grabs Finn, Rey, and Leia and pushes them to the ground. The canister explodes into an extremely bright flash, blinding Phasma and Wraith Squad. Poe quickly gets everyone to move while Phasma and Wraith Squad are distracted. Now extremely irritated, Phasma orders Wraith Squad to pursue them. Realizing that they won't be able to escape, Poe decides to stay behind and hold off Phasma. You guys go on ahead. I'll make sure they don't catch up to you. All by yourself? Poe, that's crazy. Yeah, well, that's what I'm good at.
Poe, you don't have to do this. She's right, Poe. The Resistance needs you.
No, General. They need you. The best thing I can do for the Resistance right now is get you back to them. Leia stares at Poe in shock and amazement. Like you said, there's a difference between being in charge and leading the charge. Leia smiles at Poe and hugs him. Finn and Rey hug him together. Poe tells BB-8 to go with them. Reluctantly, they leave Poe behind. Back in Snoke's throne room, Luke is battling Snoke and his elite Praetorian Guard. Though he is outnumbered, he is seemingly having no problem fighting all of them at once. Snoke becomes angry at Luke's skill. Phasma and Wraith Squad continue their pursuit when they are suddenly stopped by an electromagnetic pulse grenade. All their suits' functions stop working, and they all take off their helmets. Poe emerged from hiding to take them on in a fight. Wow, I've almost forgotten what you look like.
The rest of you can continue the pursuit. I'll take care of him.
They won't last long without their suits' functions.
Don't underestimate my squad.
I've always admired that about you, Phasma. You're always so sure of yourself.
Yeah, unlike you.
Yeah, well, some of us like to think it every now and again. Phasma becomes annoyed with Poe and attacks him. They both engage in a fight. Rey, Finn, Leia, and BB-8 locate a hangar with transport ships and quickly make their way to them. They almost get there, but Kylo stops them. You're not going anywhere. Rey and Finn ignite their lightsabers and step in front of Leia. You think yourselves Jedi because you got a little training? I'll show you the true power of the Force. Kylo ignites his lightsaber and prepares to fight them both. Rey and Finn charge in and begin fighting with Kylo Ren. Leia and BB-8 try to make their way around the fight, but Wraith Squad shows up and recaptures her. Rey notices Leia is being taken away and leaves Finn to go help her. Wraith Squad pulls out melee weapons and fight against Rey. Finn and Kylo are locked in a vicious fight. The lowly traitor turned Jedi. The Force has a sense of humor, apparently. The only funny thing here will be you laying on the floor again after I beat you. As Finn and Kylo fight, Rey is struggling against Wraith Squad. Leia gets a hold of one of their weapons and shoots two of them. Rey proceeds to take out the other members of Wraith Squad. Meanwhile, Phasma and Poe are still fighting. Phasma's First Order training is clear, but Poe has cleverness on his side. Eventually, they come to a stalemate by pointing a gun at each other.
What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for? Phasma suddenly gives Poe a remorseful stare.
This isn't what Mother and Father wanted. We're supposed to be working together.
Mom and Dad are corrupt. They only care about the First Order and having influence within it. I mean, come on, Phasma. Is this really what you wanted for yourself?
Didn't have much of a choice after you left.
Poe looks down at the ground with a somber expression. I'm sorry, Phasma. I didn't mean for things to end up like this between us.
It's a little late for an apology!
Phasma quickly aims at Poe's head and shoots. Poe moves out of the way just barely and stuns Phasma. As she falls to the ground, Poe gives her a sad and regretful look before running off to catch up with the others. Kylo and Finn are still fighting. Rey and Leia rush over to help, but Finn tells them to get to the ship and join the Resistance. Rey is reluctant, but Leia gets her to go. Kylo and Finn move into a new area as they fight. It doesn't matter what you do. The First Order will hunt you all down and destroy every last one of you. You'll have to get through me first. Oh, don't worry. I plan to. And once I get rid of you, Rey will finally join me on the dark side. In a heavy fury, Finn re-engages Kylo and their fight continues. Rey, Leia, and BB-8 make it to a ship. Poe comes sprinting behind them and boards as well. Once Leia gets on board, Rey decides to go back and help Finn.
Rey, wait! Come back! I'm not going to leave him!
Rey runs back to help Finn. Leia and Poe and BB-8 take off. Luke has managed to keep Snoke and his guards at bay. He senses Leia is safe and off the ship. He stops fighting and walks away. What do you think you're doing? This fight is over. You are not truly a Sith Lord, despite all the knowledge you possess. And it is because of that fact you will never defeat me. Farewell, Arapai. Snoke gets extremely angry and rushes Luke with an attack, as well as some of his guards, but Luke suddenly uses the Force. Luke levitates them all off the ground and quickly slams them down onto the floor, knocking them all out. He then proceeds to walk out of the throne room. Kylo and Finn continue to fight, but Kylo is gaining the upper hand. Finn is becoming exhausted, not having the training and stamina that Kylo has. Kylo eventually pins Finn and prepares to kill him, but Rey shows up to stop him. Kylo and Rey begin to fight. Leia and Poe get back on the Resistance flagship and quickly prepare the crew for lightspeed jump.
Everyone prepare yourselves. This is going to be a crazy ride.
Engaging the hyperdrive in 3, 2, 1. Here we go! The ship engine charges but suddenly disengages. What's going on?
There's a leak in the hyperdrive.
What?
How is that possible? I don't know, General. It must have been the First Order squad that raided the ship. We only have a few minutes now before we run out of fuel.
There's gotta be something we can do.
There is. We get everyone on that transport and head here.
Leia points to a planet that is isolated but close to their position. Where is that?
That is the planet Crate. There is an old rebel outpost there. If we can sneak off the ship without the First Order noticing, we may be able to get down there while they pass over us.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Everyone grab what you need and get on that transport as fast as possible.
Back on the Supremacy, Kylo and Rey continue to fight. Finn recovers and runs in to help Rey. Kylo disarms Rey and quickly begins force-choking Finn. Rey force-pulls her lightsaber back to her and prepares to attack. Kylo stops her by squeezing Finn tighter. If you come any closer, I will crush him.
Let him go!
Drop your weapon, and I'll release him. Rey hesitantly lowers her lightsaber before turning it off and dropping it to the floor. Kylo smirks and releases Finn, letting him drop to the ground. Rey rushes over to him and embraces him in her arms as he coughs and struggles to breathe. Look how weak you are. You had to surrender just to keep the one you love safe. All that time with Skywalker. And for what? Rey shuts her eyes in frustration, trying to ignore Kylo's words. She holds Finn tightly for comfort. You'll never have the power to protect those you care about as long as you stay with him. Finn grabs Rey's hand tightly and looks into her eyes. Don't listen to him, Rey. We can beat him. Together. Rey's expression of frustration becomes stronger. Luke senses Rey's turbulence and rushes to stop her. Rey, remember what Luke said. We have to trust each other. Finn places his hand on Rey's cheek. We have to trust each other. Trust? The only trust you need is in yourself. You're not going to learn that by bottling up your power. It's time for you to break free and become the all-powerful being you were meant to be. Rey suddenly places her hand on Finn's embracing hand and looks deep into his eyes with a somber expression. She slowly lowers his hand, and Finn stares at her confused. Rey?
He's right, Finn.
Kylo gives a victorious smirk. What? No, he's not. You know he's not.
He is. I can't learn what I need from Master Skywalker.
Rey, listen to yourself. You don't actually believe that. Rey begins to shed tears. She gives Finn a gentle kiss on the forehead and whispers to him.
Thank you for loving me.
Rey pulls away from Finn and walks over to Kylo. Kylo smiles at her and begins to lead her away. Finn, still in agony over the force choke, struggles to get up and attempts to pursue Rey. Rey, wait, don't go! As Finn gets closer, Rey suddenly turns around and stops him with the force. Finn struggles to reach out to grab her hand. Sobbing at his persistence to keep her by his side, Rey is torn by the sight of Finn's struggle.
Finn, stop! You need to let me do this!
No! You know this is wrong! Kylo turns around with an annoyed expression and walks over to Rey. Hurry up and get rid of him.
What?
I said, get rid of him. Appalled at Kylo's request, Rey stops holding Finn back.
No.
Fine. Kylo suddenly force pulls Finn towards him as he ignites his lightsaber and thrusts it at Finn. In a panic, Rey shouts out in horror and force pushes Finn back. Finn slams into a wall, which knocks him out. Rey is horrified at what she's done. She starts to walk over to Finn, but is stopped by Kylo. He grabs her arm and pulls her away. Rey looks back at Finn one last time as she sheds a tear in sadness. Kylo and Rey walk into a sealed hallway. Luke suddenly appears and sees Rey with Kylo. Rey and Luke make eye contact just before the door closes. Luke is deeply saddened by Rey's choice. He quickly tends to Finn, who is slowly coming to. Luke, Rey, she left. I know, but we can't worry about that right now. We have to get out of here. They both make their way to the hangar for the Millennium Falcon.